I'm sure you join me in realizing that what we're living through is brand new. Living in our stay-at-home orders is difficult for sure. But even though we've been separated, my hope is that God is going to use this time to shape us, mold us, to refine us, to make us stronger spiritually. Like you, I've been watching what's currently happening with the topic of reopening the church. These are definitely times like I have never seen before. But with the opening of some businesses and restaurants, I'm hopeful that the reopening of the church is coming soon. You may be wondering when LBF will be reopening. Well, I want to assure you that our pastoral staff have been discussing this topic for the last couple of weeks. We're making plans now for how to open up the church. We so look forward to when we'll be able to gather together again for worship, for fellowship, and for the shared experience of the gospel in our lives. Listen, we know that we'll need to provide a safe place, and we'll probably have to plan for some precautions when we gather. Things such as social distancing. We're making plans based on our desire to be wise and safe, but also our desire to fulfill our mission and to be willing to take appropriate and God-honoring risks as we look to follow Jesus. Our goal is to be ready to gather together when that becomes a possibility. So I want to ask you to pray for our staff as we pray and plan for the reopening. I want you to know that I'm personally watching the developments every day, especially those that come into play for reopening the church. I join many who look forward to the time when we can once again gather together on our campus for Sunday services and for all the other weekly ministries we've enjoyed before this shutdown. In the meantime, we will continue to provide a big variety of online options and ministry opportunities for you. And I'm grateful that we have so many places to connect online. One of the biggest encouragements for me is how our church has been a support to our local community. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we've been able to provide food to the Gibson Senior Center and Foothill Family Shelter. We've served lunch to the Upland High School teachers and staff, and doctors and nurses at San Antonio Regional Hospital. We've had a group of people who have made hundreds of face masks for our community. And thanks to your faithful giving, we've been able to meet the needs of our budget, and in addition to help those in our church who are struggling financially due to a job loss. The reality is, our church is not shut down because we are not meeting in our buildings. Our church is still being the church. As we gather in our homes to worship, as parents lead their children with help from the help we're providing, as our small groups are meeting via Zoom, as we serve the local community, you know what? We're still being the church in action. It's clear to me that while our buildings are shut down, God is not shut down. Good things are happening within the church family of Life Bible Fellowship. It is the desire of our staff and elders to do all we can right now to help you stay connected to each other and to continue to experience a growing relationship with God. I've seen that even during this very difficult time, as we have changed to new methods of ministry, our mission of passionately pursuing life in Jesus is still moving forward in some incredible ways. So, until we're able to gather again in a home with our small groups or on our church campus, may God still be honored by our love and responsive dependence on Him.